Here's my review of The Rip. I really enjoyed this movie. I think that the characters are really great, and it constantly has you not really knowing which side to go with. And I'm gonna get and not really knowing like what is really going on, trying to misdirect you. And I think it does it quite effectively. And I'm gonna get my biggest complaint out of the way. I think that there's just way too much swearing in this movie. It kind of comes off as just like trying to be edgy, and at a certain point it just gets annoying. But outside of that, I still really liked it. We follow these two Miami cops played by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who are both great, who are seizing this house where they thought that there was $150,000 of stolen money, and they find out it is closer to $20 million. And that sets the stage for the whole movie. There's a lot of scenes in this movie where once they find the money, they have to count it all just to make sure everything's the way it is. Everything is exactly 20 million. They have to report everything. And there's so much great tension where Tiana Taylor's character is asking some of her other partners and just saying like, oh, what would you do with just this? And just holds up like a couple thousand. And it really puts you, and then the other character responds like everything. And it just kind of puts in the perspective of how you know what these cops are thinking. Like, they all know it. Like, they were told it's 150,000. They find out it's 20 million. If they stole it, no one would even know. And it kind of puts this, like, dark undertone throughout the movie that just keeps you on your toes of wondering, okay, what's really going on? Are they going to steal it? Are they not? And there's a lot of times where characters, for example, like Sasha Calle's character, she's almost just playing dumb as if she doesn't know about everything, which just kind of keeps you in the perspective of Matt and Ben's characters of, we don't really know who we can trust. And that's what this movie does so well, is constantly giving you this sense of like dread, saying, okay, what's going on here? What's coming up next? And I really liked it. And there's so much great tension where at certain points, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's characters are arguing and saying how they don't trust each other. What's really going on? And I think that, like I said, full spoilers from here on out, the red herring of Matt Damon's character I thought was a great twist. There's a great scene where we see how scared Steven Yeun is based on how Matt Damon is acting. And it obviously is supposed to lead you to believe that, okay, Steven Yeun is one of the good non-corrupt cops, and he's trying to expose Matt Damon's character. And it just has this great sense of tension of us like, okay, I don't trust Matt Damon, I don't trust Ben Affleck. Okay, so Steven Yeun, he is the good guy. And because of this twist, I thought it worked very effectively because we see it so late in the movie, it allows for this to be this constant paranoia. So yes, we find out that Steven Yeun was actually the bad guy, and he knew about all this money. And I really liked it. I liked learning throughout this movie. I liked like uncovering secrets about these characters, uncovering these twists and turns. I just found it to be a lot of fun. And that does lead to a lot of great action in this movie. And I wouldn't really call this an action movie. It's much more like a thriller, very dialogue based. But there is some great action in this movie. But what I really think where this movie excels at is just the constant tension in the dialogue, because we're constantly learning and constantly on edge of being like, who can we really trust here? We thought it was 150K. Turns out it's 20 million. And okay, so was this tip wrong? Why is this? And we're constantly, like I said, especially between the tension between Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, of them not trusting each other, thinking each other, like, are the bad guys, is really great. And it just adds a whole eerie, not necessarily unsettling, but like, I guess, just like I said, eerie, nerve-wracking movie, because our two leads, we don't even know which ones we can trust. And hey, I didn't see the twist coming. Like, call me dumb, sure. But I just thought it was a very enjoyable time, it is very dialogue based, yes, but the dialogue's constantly fascinating. Like I go back to the scene with Tiana Taylor's character and her just talking about, oh, what could you do with the money? How could I change my life? And you're just picturing yourself in these characters' shoes, thinking, okay, maybe you would want to steal just a little bit of money, and so you just have these like dirty cop energy that allows it to just have this unsettling and untrustworthy vibe throughout the whole movie. And I think that the ending here was really good as well. There is a lot of really cool car chase towards the end, and there's just a beautiful scene of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's characters on the beach that was really great. After all of this, it was really good, and then like reunited Sasha Calle's character, giving her some of the money that she rightfully almost basically earned. It was just very good ending. So yeah, to me, this is kind of it gave me exactly what I wanted from this movie. I was kind of nervous because like a lot of these times these January's for the most part aren't that good. And then the straight to stream like the straight to Netflix original movies oftentimes aren't that good. And then you worry that like they'll spend all this money on big name actors like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and they could have put towards the script. But fortunately, I found this to be a very enjoyable script. I thought that it kept me on the edge of my seat. Was it confusing at times for me? Yes, I'll admit that. But it constantly just kept me so engaged, and I wanted to know what was going on. Who should I trust? Who should I not trust? And on top of that, it does have a lot of great action. Like I said, mainly dialogue based, but I liked the dialogue. I liked just Ben Affleck and Matt Damon together. I mean, obviously they've been friends for years. They've been working in Hollywood forever. And so, of course, they have great chemistry. But because of that, the movie works great with just the beautiful dialogue scenes of them, whether it's yelling at each other, working together. And this movie's filled with so many good actors. Of course, Stephen Young, Tiana Taylor is great as well. It just allows this to be constantly on the edge of your seat, wanting to know who you can trust, with some good action as well. Like I said, I think that there's a little too much swearing at points where it just felt like forced. But overall, I thought this was a really solid movie. I thought it was good.